Ladies and gentlemen, let's get better.
Yes.
Let's learn a little bit about the defense.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Everything DB.
Here you go, D-Boy!
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, DB.
Mike is not on.
Mike is not on.
Mic check, mic check.
There it
Boom,
is.
boom, boom.
Oh,
All
it
right,
sounds
here we go.
good. Holy
Here we
shit.
go.
Sounds
Here
great.
we go. Hey, Lamar Jackson obviously had an excellent game. First quarter was unbelievable for him. Came out firing on all cylinders, making great passes from the pocket, something that we've wanted to see from him for a long time. First quarter, 1st and 10 is going to be cover 3 on defense. Play action, but not with his back to the ball, just play action in the gun. You're going to get a crosser here. Once again, you got these guys got sucked up on the play action.
no.
You'll see his
Sucked
linebacker.
up.
You'll see it better from the back end. He almost gets his fingertips on that, but Lamar Jackson standing in the pocket with pressure in his face makes an accurate throw. Runner's ball to Zay Flowers. Got to run off down here with OBJ, run off up here, and it's just a clear picture. Middle of the field, Kaminsky with some pressure in his face. Maybe got away with a little holding call there.
Whoa.
But that's one of those that O-linemen do every play.
It's a good ball.
I have to call it. So I think it's good. Good job. This is another offensive line. AQ could speak to it, who did their damn thing this week up there against a tough Detroit defense. If you see this from the back copy,
Yes, sir.
you see this linebacker right here. Boom. He's in a tough spot. Got to respect the play action. Obviously, a run responsibility.
Boom.
They keep Ricard in there as well, showing up protection. Like I said, this is a, it was 6-on-4, but Kaminsky gets in there, affects the throw. Still an accurate
dart.
ball, an absolute dart right over 55's head. But this is Lamar all afternoon long. And now that's a big one. That was an easier throw compared to this one. Red zone, red area. You hear quarterbacks talk about it all the time. Once things get down here and condense, for the defense, it's no threat of a deep pass. Pause. Sorry, Foxy. Pause. So for this deep safety, typically we go and call this red cover 1. So third quarter, 7:29, 2nd and 9. So now it's red 1. So as this free hitter, as a free safety, we're looking to help somebody. So he probably told this left side based on his body language, hey, if you get a crosser, I got you. So we got high help. And then we got low help as well. And you'll see it from the back copy. They actually, if you rewind it to the beginning, they flip this back right before the snap. So that basically turns this guy from the man-to-man guy and him from the rat, and they just switch responsibilities late. So you got low help, high help. Lamar has to read it. And he's going to hit Mark Andrews accurately before high over the defense, accurate ball. And you'll see from the back copy, a lot of things happen quickly. It's got to be bang, bang down here in the red area for quarterbacks. They got to dissect it pre-snap, pause. So you see Kirby Joseph, he'll dive down in that cross, I believe, from Zay Flowers, and then that makes a clear picture for Lamar to know, hey, I got Mark Andrews, got to throw a high ball. He catches it or nobody catches it. Accurate, boom. Just throwing darts.
Lamar dealing.
Just throwing darts all afternoon long.
That's a good flex there for Mark Andrews.
Tough day for the Lions.
Yeah, are we worried about that secondary, D-Butt?
No, I'm not worried about it. It's kind of to bury the ball. We coming into this game, remember, this was the team that won 4 games in a row by 2 touchdowns. So, I mean, they laid an egg, and we've seen it all year long. As soon as you think one team is unbeatable, they go out and get, the brakes beat off them by somebody. And it was just Baltimore's day. It was at home. The offensive line did their thing. Lamar's been playing like this pretty much all year long. It's just really been about the people around him. Are they healthy? Are they being productive? But I'm not worried about this defense. I think they'll make plays. They do need to create turnovers, obviously, and they obviously get pressure up front too. And JJ was talking about it earlier. When you're playing a guy like Lamar, it's hard to dial up exotics and pressures and do all this shit because you got to have people that have eyes on him so that he knows that as well. He's been around the league a long time, so he knows with the Aiden Hutchinsons of the world, he's not just coming off that edge and hitting spin moves and doing all that shit. He's trying to keep him in the cage. Sometimes you're rushing 3 and you're keeping, Jack Campbell or somebody to spy on him. There was one play like that he made. So it's tough for defenses. I think the Lions will be all right, though.
Tough matchup for the defense.
Tough matchup.
Tough
for
matchup.
Sure.
We'll bounce back.
This is the last one for Bad D. Bad D. Now, this is one of the best defenses in the league, obviously. Steve Wilkes, one of the best defensive coordinators as well, in my opinion. If you run it back to the beginning, we all saw this play. This 60-yard touchdown, Jordan Addison, rookie, made a big play. Situation. Now, second quarter, 16 seconds left in the half. Third down. No timeouts for the offense. So no timeout for the offense. So even if they get this ball and they catch it in bounds, they got it. The time as a long time special teamer, a certain cutoff where they can make a completion, spike it. So you would have to get a 20-yard completion, get the entire offense up there, snap it, spike it, kick a field goal. pretty much not going to happen. So I don't understand this play call at all defensively. Now, you do have one more than they had to block if they do get home, but you'll see it from the back copy, especially Fred Warner drops out to low help, which once again, as a defender, DB, I'd rather you blitz. This is not helping me down here. I don't care about this completion. Same here. It's guys that are just standing around not blitzing. That leaves Ward out there on the island one-on-one. And with the pressure in his face, Kirk doesn't make the best throw. Receiver bails him out, rips the ball from. Understand this play call at all. I think terrible play call. I think bad execution. And this kind of ended up being, obviously it was a close game. This is a backbreaker. Right before the half, this is an absolute backbreaker for this defense. So Fred Warner drops out. And once again, if you blitz everybody, because it's max protection, they got 7 in there to protect, I believe. So if you send 8, you have, one more than they have. But, I mean, I just don't understand that play call at all in this situation. Second quarter, 16 seconds left, 36, no timeouts.
You worried about the Niners? Let's go to it.
Not worried about the offense.
Okay.
Not worried about the defense either. 2 good coordinators, Kyle Shanahan, Steve Wilks, and a bunch of talent. I think when Trent Williams gets back in there, AQ said it, that makes a ton of difference with that offensive line. Pick number 1 for Brock Purdy.
Oh, geez. That sounds – you don't say that's the first time you said
See
that.
down here.
That's weird.
So we got Hitman down here. He's going to get a slight reroute now. The thing about Brock Purdy, as Dan Orlowski would call it, his superpower is his anticipation. We talked about on here as well. His anticipation. He'll get back to that back foot, throw it to a spot, sometimes before guys even there. You see it a lot with Tua as well. And this is what he wanted. But this is not routes on air. You'll see this slight reroute. Now, reroute, it looks slight, but he's throwing him off. He wants to run this route right in between these numbers, give it a little something at the top, and then get to this spot. By the time he's done with where he got rerouted, and then he still tries to hit that move, is so much discrepancy between where he's supposed to be and where he actually is. And it's not a great ball either, but Bynum does a great job getting there, making the pick. And if you run it back one more time, Hitman also talked about this, kind of what you're showing to that quarterback. If you look at this free safety, Bynum, Cam Bynum, he's showing him, hey, I'm back here on this hash. And even more so, I'm going to turn my shoulders there right before the ball snaps, because that's the last thing I want. Right, but pause. So that's the last thing I want you to see as a safety. So obviously quarterbacks, when they get the snap, they it's almost like they take pictures. So I see this backside safety, he's going here. So I took that picture in my mind. So I'm not worried about him being involved in this play if I throw this dig route and I can lead this receiver a little bit. He does a great job, knows exactly what's coming, anticipates it, breaks on it, makes a play.
So probably a miss, but not as bad as a miss.
It was a miss for sure.
Than we think, because the hitman kind of slowed him
Purdy
down
didn't
out
even-
there.
It was a
Purdy
miss.
never
Yes.
even looked at the receiver. He just expected him to be there.
That's the spot. Yeah, you expect to be in that spot. You expect what you see on defense, what your receiver's going to route, what route he's going to run based on what look he's getting secondary-wise. So he gets there. So he expects him to be there 2 yards right outside of his hash. That's where they want to complete these dig balls. He's just not there.
First half, he
Boom.
hit Jennings on this same route.
Yeah. And it was almost like the pocket looked like there's no way Brock could even see this guy. It was like he was 6 foot, whatever he is, and it was just like it's no way. And then a few series later.
Yeah.
But that's the small differences though. One guy not being in this spot based off a reroute, and then still trying to. I think the receiver also just once you get to that point, forget the sell, just get to that spot. And this is the game ender. Once again, showing them something pre-snap. I love this. When you can watch players on defense that aren't just doing their job, hey, go run this coverage, be in that spot, but they're trying to play little mind games because you just want a little bit of uncertainty by either these receivers or this quarterback from this look. Now, this is a situation, fourth quarter, 34 seconds left, pretty much in the game, so the offense obviously needs to chunk. They love dig routes, love the dagger concept. Cam Bynum watches film. He knows that. Gets a little late reroute body-wise, and then gets right back in the window once again, right where they want to complete this ball, and goes up, high points hit, boom, curtains, blouses, game time. So great game by him. Great ending by him. I think we may have one.
Do you notice? Do you know that this guy throws the ball over the middle? Like, that's a big thing about Purdy, right? Even though his stats outside are great, but their offense is a lot of this.
Yeah.
A lot of crossing routes. So this guy knows that as he's rerouting, I got to get back in there, right?
Yeah, and chunk plays is certain routes, dig routes are huge, especially AJ knows 2 minute. You're thinking dig routes, dagger concepts. a crosser with a dig coming behind
2x2 pre-snap too. 2x2. There's got to be a couple crossers most likely.
Yep, 2x2. So you got time too. So it's not like the other situation with 16 seconds. You got 34 seconds, so they can get up there, get a completion, spike it, run another play, do whatever. The whole field is kind of at their disposal. So that is something you do. But people talk about inside routes, and Brock Purdy obviously lives on them. Tom Brady lived with inside breakers, everything inside the numbers for 18 years.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, so that's not a bad spot. Those are easier throws. Usually they're runners' balls. You can give somebody, catch it, see Matt catch it, get 40 more yards. Debo, same thing. The sideline, when you're throwing out breakers, you got to be on time. Number one, you can't be late ever. If you are behind, they get picked. They go to the house.
See ya.
And then sometimes, as a DB, I'll always give up that deep out than a post. Post or touchdowns, deep outs, you probably catch him going out of bounds.
Hell yeah.
TJ Watt. Now, offensively, this is exactly where you want TJ Watt. As far away from your quarterback as humanly possible. Being that he is a linebacker, he is going to have, pass coverage responsibilities at time. Probably on 1st and 10, you're going to get him extended if you go empty. So the Rams right now have everything they want. We got TJ Watt out here in the hook curl. Defensively, we got Pat Pete back here at safety, so they're doing some things different. But defensively, we're going cover 2. And cover 2, you're basically responsible for this hook curl. He has a run through. That's the pass stream, so he'll go that way. Deep half, flat, flat. You have Cooper Kupp in here. He's working away from that leverage of this middle linebacker. TJ knows this, 1st and 10. Now, typically, you putting pass rushers out there in coverage, it's like they're kind of pissed off about that down. This is a football player. Like, I want to be out here. This is my opportunity to make a play and get a pick, and this is just an unbelievable play. This is exactly what Stafford and McVay wanted pre-snap. Dialed it up. They probably saw 90 out there, and just watch this throw. It's kind of almost what Stafford sees. He doesn't expect him once again, that picture. He looks left first. Run it back one more time. He looks left. So he feels like, okay, with my eyes, I'm looking left, and I'm coming back. And every time we ran this in practice, Cooper Kupp was here between those hashing numbers. I hit him. He caught and ran. TJ Watt's going to come from nowhere, pick this thing off. Boom.
Wow.
And then, he didn't look like he was surprised. He knew what to do with it. Puka with a great tackle right there. I wish he would have got in for 6 right there. But a great play by TJ Watt.
Remember, Tone said earlier he'd take a bullet for that guy.
That's right.
I would. It'd be a long line.
It'd be a long line.
D. Slay, last one, Sunday Night Football.
Game winner.
Coming off awareness, a guy that's been around for a long time, covering his guy in a position, probably, but boom. Now, as a corner, as a veteran corner, he knows, what, I'm probably not in the best position because of the route, but I also know where I am on the field. I'm not worried about this guy running 40 yards down the field. Let me get my eyes back for an underthrown ball, potentially. Gets his eyes back. Tua doesn't make a great throw, doesn't step into this throw because of this D-line. He's got people right in his lap, but great job by D. Slay coming off of his man, finding that ball in the air and making a play.
Do you think that's a mistake on the offense there? Because the wideout brings D. Slay back in there. If that's that's either a penalty or a touchdown if the wideout doesn't.
So offenses, they never want that spacing right there. You got Mostert and Waddle, within 5 yards of each other. If Slay's not there, it's an incomplete pass. It's an underthrown ball. If you rewind it real quick, though, you can look at that pocket. That's where the issues came here because I think Tua gets this back again. He throws this away. But this D lineman, 4-man rush, boom, and right in his lap. Right in his lap.
If you can get 4-man rush, man, your defense can absolutely mop up.
Yeah, and they keep afraid. Jordan Davis, Jalen, Sweat, Reddick, like just Cox, like just guys all up and down that line that do absolute damage.
Why don't they block him, AQ?
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, easier said than done when you got those dudes up there.
Well, just do it. Figure it out.
Yeah, and when you get behind against them, they're even more dangerous.
What a miserable job, offensive lineman. We appreciate the hell out of you boys, ladies and gentlemen. Everything DB and in the trenches.